What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Unfiltered Truth. I am your host, Phil Robinson. With me is my co-host, Phil Jones. You might know him a little bit. He's kind of famous. Got the NFL on the end of his name. He might be in the White House doing some press coverage. He's all over the place, exclusive, and all of that fun stuff. We got week 2, Phil. 29-23, the Arizona Cardinals, week 2. And at some point, we will have Raiders digital reporter Levi Edwards join us. And for now, let's start the show. Unfiltered Truth presented by Sideline Sports Network. Let's get it started. EG was good. Bing bong. Let's go.
Yo.
Where do we start unpacking this? The Raiders, it was like the tale of two halves. Charles Dickens's famous novel, A Tale of Two Cities. The first half, everything went right. And in the second half, everything went wrong. But everything didn't quite fully go wrong. But your defense came up with stops when they needed to come up with the stop. And ultimately, they were not able to get it done on offense. Actually, Levi just pulled up. Looks like he's fresh out of the gym. So let's get this man up here and not waste any of his time because I don't have any lunch money to give him. Levi, what's good, brother?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Hey, it's another day, another opportunity to talk Raider football. What's going on?
Not much. Tale of two halves. That's definitely the best way to describe it. But it's still a lot to digest, obviously, especially for Raider Nation. So really kind of talk a little bit about what happened and what needs to change.
Before we get into that, has the trade been finalized?
Yes, it has.
Okay.
Justin Heron is a Las Vegas Raider.
So we can confirm. All right.
Yes.
Hey, you got the official from Vinny. It's good.
I know,
Press release and all.
Said official.
It's not official until we make it official, but you know how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get you. So tell me a little bit about Justin Heron. Is he going to be the guy for us? I mean, we're cycling through right tackles here like it's nobody's business. And I got to, from what I saw now, Phil, you can step up and let me know if I'm seeing incorrectly. I thought Luminor was doing just fine out wide at right tackle.
I didn't have a problem with him. I mean, yeah, he's going to have some moments where he's, giving up some pressure, but he's not just letting somebody just blow right through and just get to the quarterback and sack Carr, because the Raiders didn't give up a sack.
One.
But he gave up one?
It was one sack on it was like one of the first two plays of the game. And it was JJ.
Yeah.
And then they didn't allow a sack the entire game. And that was on Illuminor, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Something that McDaniel said earlier today, because he was addressed about the trade. And something that he said that I really took notice of is he said, swing tackles don't grow on trees.
No, we don't.
Brandon Parker, he's out for the season more than likely with his injury that he sustained in the preseason. And he was a swing tackle that the Raiders were definitely going to be depending on this season. So the depth in that end is just kind of a little slimmer than they wanted to. So I'm not exactly sure what his role will be as of yet. But the fact that he has experience playing in the system, and McDaniels and Ziegler know him well, and he has experience playing left and right tackle, is huge, because that's the thing within this league is, you know, a lot of people want people that can do a lot of things. And
Right.
of course, Colton Miller seems like he's a safe lock at left tackle, but who's to say, he might go down and you need somebody for that as well. And so this is a guy that has played a good amount of football. I believe he had 10 starts last season. So you bring him in. Very good guy to just have from a veteran perspective, and also just in terms of versatility that can help the others along as with the system. So and you're giving up, a late round draft pick for him. No harm, no foul. I think it's a good move.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it. I mean, this was a good, decent trade. Hey, it's only a late round pick. Nobody really has a problem with it. So you're just looking for the best, help out with depth, or he can just step in and be a guy that can do a job for you that you need going for the rest of the season going forward. I
And
mean, it's
honestly,
just
that
that
was
simple.
that was what Illuminor I felt was for this Raiders team
Yeah.
last year. Is he was a guy that was brought in, I believe, off of either the Dolphins or I believe somebody's practice squad. I believe he was with the Dolphins for a minute, but he was brought in to fulfill that role of just kind of being a depth guy to come in, and for injuries, and he did that immaculately. And I wouldn't say immaculately, but he did it to the best of his abilities, and it showed. With a 10-7 record. So now you're bringing another guy that can also fill those shoes that Illuminor himself was already in.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on Thayer Munford? Because he's been rotated in a couple of times, and I felt like his blocking has been solid, but he's also had a couple of knuckleheaded rookie moves as well.
Well, like you said, knuckleheaded rookie moves. He's a guy that they still want to continue to develop. And another thing that McDaniel said today that I loved is he doesn't like how people put an imaginary deadline on competition, where people are like, okay, well, training camp is over, you made the roster, this is the depth chart, so it's done. It's already done with. Too bad. The competition is never over. So Thayer Munford is a guy that is still going to have to continuously compete, not just for a better spot, but for the spot he already has now. And competition has never hurt anybody. It's only brought in the best out of people. And he's a rookie, and rookies are going to make rookie mistakes. It happens. So I really believe that the locker room has faith in him and likes how he's progressing along with Dylan Parham. And while they might not be starters at the moment, they're guys that they still want to continue to develop and put in the line of fire to get those reps and compete.
Now, what did you think about this? Funny you brought up Dylan Parham. He was filling in for Andre James, who still is out on concussion protocol, I believe.
Yes, he missed practice today with still on concussion protocol, so I'm not exactly sure where his progress is on things, but we'll see. We got another practice tomorrow, and we have a walkthrough on Friday, I believe. So we'll see what happens.
So,
But back to the original question. I'm sorry, Phil.
yeah,
You were asking about Dylan. I thought Dylan did a good job, especially for a rookie in a situation where people can say like, "Oh, he's versatile," and yes, Dylan Parham can play a lot of positions. We know that, but like when he was in college at Memphis, he got a handful, if any, snaps at center. So it's still a very relatively new position for him. He can play both guard positions, and he's played a little bit of tackle. But to come in and be a center, and that's your first game that you've ever started, maybe in his entire career at center, high school, college, and now NFL, that might be his first game ever started at center or played at center, uh, along with the Senior Bowl. Let me
Yeah.
not throw that out there. But he did really good. There was no missed snaps. He fulfilled his blocks on a lot of them. I know that the interior pass rush they got to him. He had his rookie moments as well, but I feel like he did a great job against an elite talent such as J.J. Watt. I think he did his part, and he will only get more comfortable there. Of course, I'm not sure if that's what they want long term. I believe they still like Dylan a lot more at guard than they would at center, but it's great to have a guy, especially as a rookie, who can come in, play center, and you don't miss a beat. I believe I saw a stat, next gen, I believe it was, that said that Derek had the second most time in the pocket of all quarterbacks last week. So, tremendous improvement by the Raiders front on that end. So I think Dylan did a great job, and I'm really excited to see him progress. I don't.
I need you to just repeat that one more time, a little bit louder for the guys in the back. How much time did Derek Carr have?
I believe he had the second most time in the pocket in week 2. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that is a next gen stat or from NFL. For all you guys that are into the numbers and the analytics, because I know a lot of you guys watching are into that stuff, so you go look it up. You can look it up right now, but I'm pretty sure I ran across a stat that said that Derek Carr had about 4.1 seconds per snap on average in the pocket last week, which equates to 210 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah, that it does. So our listeners have come up with the defensive tackle position, what's going on with them, and why is there so much? Why are they being content with what's been displayed? And now with Bilal Nichols banged up, what's the move?
Your guess is just as good as mine. What I will say is that I'm not sure exactly how serious Bilal Nichols' injury is with his shoulder. We're just going to have to continue to go on throughout the week and see what happens. I did see Bilal today, around the building, and he seemed like he was in good spirits. So that's good. Obviously, Billings is a guy that'll definitely need to step up, and something that I've kind of seen around the Twitterverse, as I like to get around, is a lot of people wanting Cleveland to get a little bit more reps in the interior. And I think that's a fantastic idea. I think Cleveland is a guy who has done well on the interior and stopping the run. And he also has a good speed for pass rush as well. And he, of course, was drafted by the Raiders to be an edge rusher. But when he has had snaps on the inside, I believe he's done pretty well. So I'm not exactly sure if that's going to be the guy who'd start at defensive tackle if Bilal can't go against the Titans. But he's a guy that I'd like to see a lot more on the interior, especially with Chandler and Max alongside him. I think that's a good front.
And Chandler. So what, we've seen some action from Chandler, and it hasn't quite been what we've heard was going on in training camp, and so what's going on? I mean, does he look the same as he did in practice, or are we doing? Is it more of a scheme thing? Let's say for the games that passed.
Well, I was just actually kind of looking at a little bit of his game film from Arizona, and I know that there are some people that were kind of calling him out for the way that he played. And honestly, just from what I saw, it definitely looked like a scheme situation. I'm not trying to toot my own horn because I was a second string defensive tackle in high school, but whenever it was time for us to go up against mobile quarterbacks, you obviously have to you have to play contain, and you gotta set the edge. And when you're playing against Kyler Murray, you probably should contain him in the pocket. You should probably keep him in the pocket, make sure he doesn't run, and make sure that he beats you with his arm. And that's from what it seemed like the Raiders were doing a good job of in the first half, considering that the Cardinals scored 0 points and he threw two interceptions, one that was called back to Nate Hobbs and the other one to Amik Robertson. So if you want to be technical, he threw 2 picks in the first half. Right. So I believe that the containment game plan was working pretty well when it comes to Chandler Jones. However, Kyler Murray is a Heisman-winning athletic freak, and he did what he did in the second half, and that's really all that can be said about that.
Yes, he definitely did what he did.
So I see one of our watchers in the comment section. Where's Malcolm Kuntz? And I've been kind of curious about that as well.
I know we saw Tayshawn Bauer out there.
Yeah.
I was actually pretty curious about that as well, just because I think he played so well in the preseason. He still, has not really gotten a whole lot of a run in the season. However, I will say, it's extremely early season, and you still got to give things more time. And Patrick Graham has been very open about wanting to play situational football, you play your opponent, and you got to change the scheme every week. You got to adapt on the fly, and that's what I love about Patrick Graham in this defense. Is he's not going to do the same thing every week. He's going to adapt to who he has to play and come up with a game plan for that opponent. And on top of that, I mean, you look at the edge rushers that the Raiders have. You have Max Crosby and you have Chandler Jones. Of course, there's a lot to go around, but why wouldn't you want to have those two guys on the field, especially Max Crosby, young guy, 25, just athletic freak, high motor every play. Why wouldn't you want to have him on the field all 4 downs or all 3 downs? So that's something that's just kind of there's a lot that has to be worked out within that rotation, but I believe that Malcolm Kuntz's name will get called when it's time for him to get called against whatever set opponent or whatever situation that they need him for. I don't think that he's out of the good graces of the locker room or the coaching staff by any means. It's just you prepare to play whoever's in front of you.
But definitely take that. What happened with Devontae? I mean, we went from a touchdown early to Mr. Non-existent. I mean, now listen. I don't. It was rumored he spent close to $500,000 on a suite for his entire family to come out there, and I mean, at least they were treated to a touchdown. But I gotta believe that he was looking for a little bit more action.
Once again, kind of what I was literally just saying about, different. You got to prepare differently for different schemes and play who's ever in front of you. Davante Adams is obviously a premier wide receiver in this league, and when you go back and you look at the scheme, the Cardinals did a very good job of, putting 2-3 guys on him and putting him in a situation where you have to let other people beat us. And so it's just, week to week, it's kind of like, some people try to, go and do, man on man against Devontae, and they just, you take your chances, or you're going to come up with a, specific scheme to put 2-3 guys on Devontae Adams. And that's not brand new. We saw it last year when he was in Green Bay and he was with Aaron Rodgers. People would used to do the exact same within their schemes to try to stop him. And with that being said, I believe that the rest of the receiving core, Renfro and Hollins, particularly in the first half, did a great job of filling in those voids, because okay, well, you're going to double, triple team him. Well, then Derek's going to go to another one of his weapons. And then, Waller starts getting involved as well. So Devontae's a guy, he's a high volume guy, and he came to the Raiders to be a playmaker and to be that number one premier wide receiver. But at the same time, I wouldn't be too concerned with him not getting as many targets or as many yards as what people would expect, especially when you look at that first half, and even with the minimal productivity that he had, 20-0 going in the half. So you really just got to adapt to what the defense gives you and make the most out of it.
Yeah.
I know that was very long. I know that was very long-winded.
No, it wasn't. Nah, sometimes you got to be a little. I mean, you consider it long-winded, but I mean, sometimes you got to say what you need to say off your chest.
Precise.
Something that also kind of caught my attention is during the pressers today, someone was kind of asking Devontae about the same thing, and Devontae was very blunt. He was like, "I did not come to the Raiders to save the team." And Derek isn't here, he's not here just to, don't. Of course, they're premier players, but he's like, I'm not here to come and save the franchise. This is a team, and everybody needs to do their part in making the team operate. And I believe that that's true, because you bring in Chandler Jones, you bring in Devontae, and everybody's like, okay, well, they're going to miraculously change everything. And they're 2-star players, and they are very productive and have been very productive in this league. But there's another 51 guys on the team that also need to equally do their part if you want to have winning results. So, Devontae, he's that guy. Everybody knows he's that guy. But, in the words of Kendrick Lamar, cats out the bag, I'm not your savior. Everybody's got to do their part on this team, and it's very evident.
Josh Jacobs, the running game. how is it that the running game could look so good so early, be so dominant? The way they were controlling the clock, moving down the field, steady marching, getting first downs, going to the screen game, and then in the second half, it just went kaput. And it was really off-putting to me because I don't understand how you could be that physically dominant in one half and then all of a sudden it just flips.
Well, once again, you got to give the Cardinals credit for coming out with a good plan to, get the Raiders off the field. They did their job, and Kyler Murray and those guys made plays. So you got to also give them equal credit. Um, I will definitely say that the lack of the running game in the second half was a bit peculiar. To find a word, it was definitely peculiar. Uh, it worked so well in the first half, and they had it established. But when it comes down to it, like I said, it's a team effort, and they just got to execute on the plays that are called. Whether it is in the run or in the pass. I definitely would like to see a lot more Josh Jacobs moving forward. I like to see a lot more of the run game moving forward. They just got to establish it. That way, it opens up things in the passing game, and we're all very knowledgeable of that. So I'm excited to see a lot more of Josh Jacobs moving forward, just as much as anybody is more excited to see Josh Jacobs or Brandon Bolden or Amir Abdullah or Zamir White moving forward. I want to see all those guys eat.
They need to. Like you've been saying, and like Devontae said, there's 53 guys on the team, and everybody's got to do their job. That's what they said at the Patriots organization. Do your job.
Do your job. Yes, sir. What was your I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off. I was just gonna say, I know you guys are a little bit more critical of me. I was, I guess, just out of curious. So, what was your thoughts on what went well in the first half versus what you think, why you think things kind of went off the rails?
I mean, what can I say? We were hitting on targets in the first half. The same targets that been open all game week 1. Week 2, you see them. We get everything established. You get the running game established. You're working your way downfield. You're wearing down that Cardinals defense. And their defensive coordinator looks frustrated the entire first half. They're just having the 4K shot right at him every single moment. Like, damn, okay. All right, let's keep the gas pedal on him. Second half looks a little sluggish, but you still drive downfield. But I mean, real talk. We should we're dealing with. It felt like I was watching a game from last year. You have the lead, and then you squander it.
That's what he had to say. Now, for me personally, the difference in the run game was key. Why when you're up 20-0 and you start going with quick passes, which are largely inaccurate, and I think that's generous, and that we can agree that these quick passes were very inaccurate passes, and you take and you overexpose the defense. I think the defense was on the field, or the offense was on the field for 18 plays in the second half.
The Cardinals offense had 22 minutes on the field in the second half.
And to end regulation, they went on an 18-play drive, and a coin flip sent the defense right back out there to in overtime, which they got to stop.
Shout out to Ron Harmon.
Yes, shout out to Deron Harmon, and the offense was unable to make something happen. Now it's a complete failure in terms of the running game, the play calling. But at 7-14 for what was 42 yards, no touchdowns. We got to expect more from that from a quarterback who just spent the first half tearing this team up.
He did. It's just like I said, or like we've all said today, tale of two halves. Everything just clicked in the first half, and then things just kind of fell apart. And once again, we can talk about how things fell apart. But at the same time, there was two teams on the field, and once again, I'm not going to go without giving the Cardinals credit for doing what they had to do on defense to get Derek Carr off the field. No matter what the game plan or whatever the plays called were for the Raiders offense, you have to give credit to Kyler Murray in the way that he was able to extend plays, the way that he was able to continue to keep his team on the field, find his guys. Hollywood made some tough catches. Dortch made some good catches as well. So it was just a very big group effort by the opposition as well. And on top of that, a stat I like to kind of throw out there for the Raiders moving forward is when you look at this defense, the defense did their job. When you look at third down conversions for the Arizona Cardinals offense, they were 3 for 13 throughout the game. So they were 23% on converting on third down. The big stat, and the stat, in my opinion, that lost the Raiders the game is the 60% fourth down conversion rating by the Arizona Cardinals offense. If that is 40%, if that's 20%, then potentially that is a completely different result. On top of that, you have the 2-point conversions, you have the penalties. So when you really look behind the game, I would definitely say the two biggest stats that probably matter the most and why the Raiders let this game, go away is fourth down conversions by the Cardinals offense and penalty yards. I would say it was a very evenly officiated game. I believe the Cardinals had just as many, if not more, penalty yards than the Raiders. So there definitely could have been a lot more smarter football played on both sides. But when it comes down to it, I was talking to Duron Harmon earlier today, and he said that the optimistic thing about these two losses is that they can look at the film and they can pinpoint the reason why they lost these games. And, sometimes, you watch film and you look at tape, sometimes you just lose games because, they're a better team. You just get outplayed. But they know why they lost and they know what they can do to get better, which is very optimistic. And when I watch it back and I look at the stats, I just think if they could have just, held together on fourth down defense, give their offense a little bit more opportunities, I think that could have definitely, helped them out. But once again, I would be very ignorant if I did not give the Arizona Cardinals their due credit and what they had to do to get back in that game. Because, on the flip side of things, you go back to week 1, Raiders are down 17-3 at half. And the Raiders came out and did the exact same thing where they came back, they played better defense. Derek got it together and he, started leading some drives, got a couple of touchdown scores, and they were right in that game with 2 minutes left to drive down the field and potentially take that victory. So, of course, you can look at the things that you did wrong as to why you lost, but you also have to give credit where credit is due to the opposition. And, game is game. I'm always going to recognize game.
Absolutely. And looking at this, it's been perplexing, and it's very easy to look at this and go with the negative Nancy mentality and go out the back door and say we're doomed. And as much as some may want to, I'm not going to, because I was talking to another one of my guys, and I was telling him this is a 17 game season where they actually play 17 games. Even if they could go on a run right now for the next 10 weeks, not lose a game, split the rest of the season and finish almost 12-5, which would be good enough to challenge for the division and almost certainly assure them a playoff spot. The issues, like you said, and even Duron Harmon said, if I remember his name correctly, is something that they can all point to and say, that's why we lost. We're not losing games because of talent. We're not losing games, and that we may be losing games due to coaching and situations, but not because the coaching is overall flawed. Clearly they could have done a lot more things better in this last game against the Cardinals, but I don't think that the coaching staff has been outcoached or overmatched at any point during the season.
No,
be it.
and like I was just saying, you can have the best coaching staff in the world and you can devise, great plans and do all these things, but players are who win and lose the games. Players executing the game plan and going out and playing a whole 60 minutes, that's what, win or loses the game. And so we always have to remember that. And of course, there was a lot of things that the Raiders could have done better. But the Cardinals just came out and they did what they had to do, and you give all credit to them. And I believe that this is like you said, it's a very long season, and I really do truly believe that this could potentially be a huge blessing in disguise for the Raiders because they can remember a game like this. They can remember what they did wrong, what they need to do to not be in this situation, and avoid this moving forward. So, a life philosophy that I have is I have no problem taking a loss. I have no problem failing just as long as I can learn from my mistakes and not make the same one again. And so hopefully the Raiders have that same philosophy. And I believe that they do have the same philosophy. They just have too many, veteran winners. They just have too many guys that have gone through great adversity on that team to not learn from this game. So 15 games left and you're going into a hostile situation in Nashville with a great fan base on the road on the East Coast. But this is definitely a talented roster, and it's going to be two desperate teams that are both 0-2, grinding it out for a win. And, there's nothing that I love more than nice, gritty, physical football. So I'm excited for Sunday.
Good. We're up against it, at least for the time that you said that you had. You got anything else for Levi Jones?
No. Hey, I know you enjoyed breakfast on Monday, man.
I did. That was my first time ever at Eggworks. So
hey, next time I get out there, we're gonna hit that joint up again.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
We'll hit it over your way.
Yeah. There's an Eggworks that's like literally 2 seconds away from my apartment. So yeah, that one would be a lot more feasible for me. But I'm looking forward to getting some more vanilla cappuccino, some more bacon and sausage.
Hey, look, you hit the waitress with the oh my gosh. She said something
I'm
wrong.
Excited.
He said there's
a long time in my life that I went through from like high school to college where like I never ate breakfast. I probably went like 6-7 years without eating breakfast, and now I'm an adult. I'm trying to be the grown is sexy now, so I got to eat breakfast these days. So
that's right. Get that 2,000 calories per meal of straight protein. You'll be looking like The Rock in no time.
Oh yeah, I'm trying. Just got a little bit more fat to lose, a little bit more muscle to gain, a little bit more protein to eat. So but I'll get some good breakfasts. I'll get a couple more good breakfasts before it's time for me to cover this game on Sunday, and we'll see how it goes.
Hey, now you going out to Tennessee now. I'm just saying, I don't have to say it. You already know about it. You hip to the barbecue.
From North Carolina, aren't you? It's just right on the other side of the border. Know all about it.
No. He used to that with that vinegar. It's that sweet smoky taste.
They got that smoky, yeah. Tennessee is more of a smoky barbecue kind of taste to it. I've never had Nashville barbecue. I've had Memphis barbecue. And it was like some of the best barbecue I had. It was like right around the corner from Graceland, but Memphis is about 2.5 hours away from Nashville. What I'm more excited about going to Nashville is that it's the originator of the hot chicken. So I'm not going to leave Nashville without hitting up Hattie B's or
I'm about to say if you
OG. I'm more focused on getting that than I am getting some barbecue. So yeah, I'm not leaving without getting my hot chicken fix. And my stomach will regret it, but it's gonna be a sacrifice that I got to make while I'm there.
I put it like this: most likely they might have it in the booth for you, so be careful.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what Nissan Stadium's got for me.
They say they feed you good there.
We'll see.
So that's a
real
question. What's the cuisine like in the press box for the Raiders? I know in Berkeley they hooked us up with a bunch of rabbit food and some real Sproutish and Whole Foods type.
They gave you pheasant food.
Got some turkey, apple, salad. Yeah, it was some straight.
I would say for the most part, the Legion is top notch.
He had crab legs. He had champagne, and what else did you have?
Well, now we don't have no champagne, but
you had beignets.
I think what was it? What did we have last week? We had some chicken wings last week. We had some chicken wings. We had some Chinese food up there, like Korean barbecue. Very interesting mix. The pastries, we always have top-notch pastries at Allegiant Stadium. So if you got a sweet tooth, that press box is not the right place for you, because that is a diabetic coma in the making. So if you got blood sugar problems, like do not go in that press box. Yeah. Don't do it.
That British.
But yeah, Legion, top-notch food. I'm not just saying that as a loyal Raiders employee. I keep it real with y'all. Allegiant's food in the press box, that is really in the entire stadium, all of the food, pretty good. Just top-notch, just amazing game day experience. I mean, I'm not sure if either of you gone to a game. Obviously, you probably have, but it's just a top-notch experience in Allegiant. Just one of the best stadiums, just from top to bottom in the league that I've been to, and the limited amount of stadiums that I've been to. But it's so far, I'd say, like us and SoFi, that's it. And there, of course, I'm not trying to trash other stadiums. There's a lot of great stadiums out there, and I liked even the Dolphins stadium, but Allegiant, Levi's, not because it's named, not because we have the same name. Levi's, great stadium. There's a lot of great stadiums in the league for sure.
Did they actually feed you at Levi's? Because when I went, they didn't feed us.
Yeah, we had some good food at Levi's. I would definitely say, unbiasedly speaking, best press box food that I've had has been from Allegiant Stadium. So, hopefully one of these days you guys can get a credential and see what's up.
We talk too much shit. They won't let us in.
I know, right? They be like, hey, these motherfuckers be hurting people's feelings.
Like, yeah, if we see the unfiltered truth, let's go ahead and click no there, buddy.
But I appreciate you guys having me on. I gotta, I'm gonna get some rest. I'm gonna go watch the Abbott Elementary season premiere, and get ready for another hard day of grinding, watching practice, interviewing tomorrow. As always, I got to plug Raiders.com. I'm always gonna be pulling up with some fire content for you guys if you're watching. So always make sure you're on Raiders.com. Always make sure that you're reading the most inside content.
The most inside of inside content.
The inside
to the inside. Deep down inside. Yeah.
He sees them when they're sleeping. He knows when they're awake. No, I'm kidding, Eddie. That'd be just what? Like, wait a minute. But that's how in-depth the coverage is. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, Raiders digital reporter, Mr. Levi Edwards. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Thank you, Phil and Phil. I appreciate you guys.
All right, man. You take care.
Take care. Oh, there you have it, Levi. So, with that being said, Phil, let's get to what we do. It seems that everybody wants to put this on the coaching staff. It's the coaching staff's fault for everything. It's the coaching staff's fault that they got out to a 20-0 lead. It's the coaching staff's fault that they lost the 20-0 lead. It's the coaching staff's fault that your quarterback's not hitting open receivers. It's the coaching staff's fault that your quarterback is taking a one-step drop and throwing 5 yards outside of where the wide receiver is. It's the coaching staff's fault that Jonathan Simpson is getting blown off the line of scrimmage so that Josh Jacobs is getting tackled 7 yards in the backfield.
Well.
Fault that the defense held Arizona to no points at all. And it's the defense's fault that they got off the field in overtime and got the ball back to the offense and somehow still managed to lose the game.
You know what I'm about to fucking say. Motherfuckers that want to jump and blame a coach that all you had was these guys know how to win. They don't know how to win. If they knew how to win, they would have won against the Bengals. If they knew how to win, they would have won in 2020. They would have won in 2019. They would have had some rings by now. But have they? No. At least the man that has came in with some rings. Come to think about it, he was able to win without Brady. Did he not get to the playoffs without a Brady? And everybody said New England was never going to make the playoffs again if Tom Brady left.
They did immediately.
He took a rookie quarterback to the playoffs.
Rookie.
That looked like, he looked like some ish right now. I mean, I can continue. I can keep going down the rabbit hole. Everybody wants to try to put it on the damn defense and say, oh, the defense, they were conservative. They wasn't conservative. It's called complimentary football. Let me educate some of you dumbasses. I'm going to say that because some of the shit that y'all been spewing out your mouth is getting on my last ever fucking nerves. All right? You're talking like you know shit, but you don't know shit. If your offense ain't doing the job, have we not seen this year after year? The defense is back against the wall, short yardage and shit, and then they got to try to defend that? Come on, man. I'm sick of y'all going. You guys have, some of y'all guys, y'all really got Stockholm Syndrome. Y'all have Stockholm Syndrome, believing the same spew of fallacy and bullshit. I know I used two negatives in one word. Fuck it, I don't care right now. Because you know what? The shit that be coming out of your mouth is 5-10 times worse. This defense is trying to do their best. Now, granted, I will say Chandler Jones can do a little bit better. If you look closely, Andrew Billings on that D-line has been great. When you look at Bilal Nichols staying out there, he has been good. Max Crosby gonna do what he gonna be Mad Max. Now there's some stuff I'll be like, yeah, you missed that. Slow it down a little bit. It's all right. But the fact of the matter is, they shut a team out from the first quarter to the second quarter. It was fourth quarter. Now it's all 23-7. Like shit. When the last time you see that? I mean, we saw that from the Eagles game, but they're playing that. If you want to talk about playing conservative, they're playing straight cover 3 and shit. You see what the fuck going on with that defense with the Indianapolis Colts. Some of you guys bitching and whining saying you want Yannick Ngakoue back. Yannick Ngakoue has been struggling.
Playing worse.
He dead last.
Playing worse.
Dead last. I got love for him, but I'm just going to speak the fucking truth. Some of you guys are afraid to hear the truth.
Don't be.
This team is wild as shit. It's still good. But the problem is,
very good.
You got people doing the same old shit. I'm just sick of this shit. I'm sick of it all.
And I'd like.
And I'm sick of these damn clowns that be running around talking that dumb shit. Y'all, whatever pack you smoking, get off of it. Yeah, I know some of y'all smoking that blue sky. Leave that blue sky alone. Leave it alone. You'll be looking like Jesse. I'm sick of this shit, bro. Oh, the O-line. The O-line did not get that call. You sound sad. You sound like you got some glut problems in your mouth. Cut it out. The O-line came out there and did a solid job. Came out there and did this shit. They didn't get out coached, Nicholas. They didn't get out coached. It's called, why can't you hit Devontae Adams who's wide open? Why can't you hit this guy on stride right here?
He's throwing at his ankles when he's in front. He's in between the hashes directly in front.
Why? This is our no, fuck that shit. No, I'm gonna pull this shit up. You want me to show violence?
So now O-line ranked 31 out of 32 teams, but we just heard that they gave Carr 4.1 seconds to throw the ball in the pocket, which was second best in the league. You can't be
no.
Into the season, you can't be second in the league in 1 week and still be ranked 31 out of 32. That is mathematically.
Hey, let me give you this bullshit. Where high-profile wide receivers who changed teams ranked in yards, routes after 2 games, at least 10 catches. Tyreek Hill, 4.0. Second, A.J. Brown, 2.99. Fourth, Christian Kirk, 2.79. Seventh, Devontae Adams, 1.89. 24th ranked in the NFL. What kind of shit is that?
That's why they're losing football games. That's why it's why Stephen A. Smith, Screaming A. Smith, can look into the camera and deliver the calmest, most professional sounding promo that you ever hear on First Take, and saying that it is a disappointment that they are not winning football games. They've been given everything, and that Carr flat out needs to play better and get it done. Like you can agree all you want to with but not agree with the O-line playing well. The numbers continue to support that your offensive line is not bad. Abandon that school of thought because it's false. It's incorrect.
Man, you
got my top notch, but it's not as bad as everybody's trying to make it in order to justify some of the play from other people in positions of need who need to be better.
No, this is where it gets even more. You know, and I put this out here. Everybody's like, "Oh God, here comes the screenshot, and you don't got the whole picture." Well, turd stains that feel that fucking way. Yes, that's what you guys are, a bunch of goddamn turd stains. I'm being mean tonight, all right? Because I'm tired of hearing stupid ass shit coming out of y'all's fucking mouths. I showed in that pic that we knew that it was going to Devontae Adams, and that is not a bad look. What I'm stating is, you guys say that it's the offensive play calling is bad. Why the fuck am I seeing Foster Moreau get wide open? Wow. Why am I seeing up top on the screen Mac Hollins get wide open? Stop talking out of your ass and watch the fucking film. Look at this shit, bro. If you think you know football, please, I want you to go find yourself an NFL analyst and talk that same idiotic shit in their face. Y'all. Look, I get it. Everybody wants to jump and say, oh, man, you're getting worked up over as being week 2. Dude, we didn't have this same damn fucking talk every fucking year. It's always some shit where we're saying, oh, you know, week 1, oh, you know, they missed preseason. That don't mean a fucking thing. Okay? And the ones that you hearing that saying that, oh, you know, they're missing preseason, it's the motherfuckers that never played football in their damn life. It don't mean a damn thing. If you know the offense, you did the joint practice. Basically, that was your preseason game. Your joint practice. So there was no problem doing the joint practice against the Patriots. So why the fuck is it a problem now? Why are we all saying that, oh, they didn't have the reps? And don't give me that bullshit. They've been together all fucking off season. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. I'm sick of it. Making an excuse every damn year.
Starting early. We ain't
Let me ask you something. Do you make an excuse to your boss every damn day when you're not executing your job? No, because he's probably gonna fire your dumb ass. Cut it out. What's wrong with y'all, mother? I swear to God, I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting sick of it. What do I gotta buy y'all a big ass book saying football for dummies? Every year, excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. When is it enough? When is it enough that we keep trying to make page 45, chapter 8, volume 2, volume 50? I don't know how many fucks. We done made so many damn excuses. We keep believing the bullshit coming out of our mouths. Stop it. Your quarterback is on year 9. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's not elite. And stop using this word elite. He's a good quarterback. I'm going to say he's a good quarterback, but he ain't elite. Elite, you got to be consistent. If you're not consistent, you're not elite. Stop twisting this word. And I even call out other analysts that are saying that shit. Elite, you must be consistent. You must be delivering every fucking quarter. Not first quarter and second quarter. First, second, third, fourth. Fuck it. You got overtime? Boom, you got overtime. He is not consistent. First half, he looked amazing in the season. He'll look amazing in the first half of the season. Second half, it's like, look, where'd he go? But you know what I do see? Turnovers, 3 and outs. Now, you want to talk about this offense right here. This offense, how many times have A.J. Cole punted? Maybe twice, maybe 3 times at best. Week 1, I think it was only I think he only punted the ball, 2 times? Come on. I remember there was times we were punting the ball about 8 to 10 fucking times and shit. Come on. Now, I know some of you guys want to come after Hunter Renfrow on the fumble and shit. Now, the first one, I'm like, come on, bro. But the second one was helmet to helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Helmet to helmet. You look at all 22, look at the helmet to helmet. Oh, shit. Damn it, I wonder why he has a concussion. I wonder why he has a concussion.
I wonder why he's constantly getting hit in the head and nobody ever calls that penalty. Be it on punt returns, be it on receptions, anytime it's around the pile and he's not moving forward, he's getting cracked in the head by somebody he cannot see. From behind, spinning around. It's always him getting cracked upside his dome piece whenever he's in a pile.
You know, we keep hearing this whole, hey, we're this close to this. We're this close to this. We're this close to this. It's the same repeated fucking script. I'm tired of hearing it. You can put it on me. Put it on me. You can put the loss on me, brother. I'm tired of hearing that. I promise you. I'm tired of hearing that. Don't make me promises that you can't fucking complete. That you cannot execute. I'm tired of that shit. And y'all can go run around and say what the fuck you guys say about money. I don't give a fuck. Because you won't say the shit in my goddamn face. Because we can have a come to Jesus moment.
Come to Jesus.
I know this is football. But again, stop that bullshit. You got to stop it. Stop believing this bullshit that keeps getting fed to you every damn day. Because you ain't winning.
Nope.
We're sitting at 0-2, fourth place.
That's not good football.
You got what's the dude's name? Hackett? That's the coach of the Broncos. Hanging off the thin ice. Wasn't even supposed to be the head coach for the Broncos. They saying this man was supposed to lure Aaron Rodgers in. Aaron Rodgers didn't come.
Nope.
So he had to go back. That's what they're trying to make it. Russell Wilson was option 2. Now, damn, look how that shit sounds. Ain't that about a bitch? And they barely hold on to third place. But why we got to compete with third place? We supposed to be competing with first place right now. We supposed to be right up there.
Had an opportunity to beat the Chargers. Should have beat.
Too many opportunities. I told you. You should have been able to score 42 points in that game. That offense was designed for you to make quick throws. Did they do it? No. I'm going to generate 48% of my throws to one guy.
He was open though.
I know he was open.
He was open.
But then there were others.
It was open though.
Were the ones that he was open, were they touchdowns?
Yeah. And even the guys that he missed that.
Oh no, yeah, I know the other ones you're saying.
Yeah.
But again, come on.
Now, just another
you got the best quarterback. You got the best wide receiver in the NFL, and everybody's expecting you to do this shit, and you ain't delivering. You know what that tells me? Huh?
It's not the line.
Hold on. You know what that tells me? Now it explains, your game started falling off back in 17.
Really?
Explains to me about Crabtree. Explains to me about Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Explains to me why Jordy Nelson rolled the fuck out. Explains to me why fucking Beetlejuice is out.
AB
was like, hey, bro, I freeze my damn feet. I know he batshit crazy, but this man said, fuck it. YOLO. Drop this feet in there.
No. Right?
Oh, no. Fuck that shit. No. And y'all keep listening to Josh McDaniels bullshit on these daggone pressers. Yeah, I said it. That man is lying.
Here, hold on. Let me see if I can give you the Josh McDaniels look when he's lying.
If you ever see him scratch right here, he's like, yeah. Come on.
Or look like this.
Or he's looking away from the camera at times.
With a 1,000-yard stare, looking like he probably. Well, I'm not gonna say that because we never know who might be watching this. We got a lot of folks in here today.
I mean, look, you know what? I'm just tired. I'm just tired of this shit, bro.
But yeah, he got that 1,000-yard stare. Starts scratching the back of his head. That man is lying to you. Teams learning how to win. These motherfuckers was up 20-0. The only thing I got learned.
The funniest shit. Hold up. We're learning how to win. You know when you say this shit? Hold on. You know when you say you're learning how to win? You know what?
When you're rebuilding.
No. Hold on. Can I say it? Can I say it, please? When you're fucking rebuilding. Ladies and gentlemen, is he trying to tell us that we are what? Rebuilding?
Not with this team. This is not a rebuilding team. This is not a rebuilding team.
Go back and listen to coaches that say we're learning to win as a team. That's some shit John Gruden was saying back in 2018. And I said to a few of you guys, this shit is starting to feel like 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got time to lie to you guys. I ain't got time to bullshit you guys. If I'm going to say it with my chest, I say it with my chest. I'm going to tell you the truth. I ain't got nothing else to say. But right there, when you put 2 and 2 together, maybe this is not his guy that he has throwing the ball. You ever thought about that?
And I'll just
I'm sorry cutting you off. I'm sorry. I apologize for cutting you off. But anybody that want to jump and say, well, we just gave him that contract. That contract don't mean shit. Oh, Ali G into his house can wipe his ass with dollar bills with that shit. That don't mean shit.
There's 3 days after the Super Bowl and before the 2023 salary becomes fully guaranteed, and the rest of the contract can be voided. That is what we do here, and that's unfiltered with a PH, not an F.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. It is. Not even gonna hold you. It is. But you know what? Somebody's got to tell y'all the truth. Somebody's got to be about that unpleasant business of educating the masses when we could tell y'all what we don't have and what we need, and what we don't need anything else. Your defense is giving up 24 and 23 29 23 points, because that last touchdown wasn't on them. So they're averaging about 23 and a half points per game, which is an improvement from the defense that we had last season by almost 3 whole points, or maybe 4. So your defense was pitching a shutout through a whole half of the game. Now, it was the first half and not the second, but they're out here getting the ball back. There's a much better, much more consistent brand of defense. Like we gotta stop blaming everybody else. Said yes, John Simpson. Once Andre James comes back, Dylan Parham should move to left guard.
Yeah, where he should have been at first. I get it, as a coaching staff, they want to have majority veterans out there, and that's normal. Now, if you were with a first round pick for an old lineman, most likely they're going to start. But in this case, they felt like, let's go with the veterans for right now. Let's not throw it all on the rookies. I get it, but some of these rookies are stepping up and saying, "Hey, I can do a better job than such and such. Let me get in there." Then that's when you need to say, "Fuck it, let's go."
And that's why competitions don't end. And see, that's that is a key philosophical difference from John Gruden and Josh McDaniels, is that the competition ended with training camp. With McDaniels, your spot ain't safe. Your spot ain't safe all the way through week 18. And if you make it to the playoffs, it won't be safe in week 18 either. They're going to play the best 22 guys that they have, the best 46 guys that they can activate. Now, I had seen, what do I think about the 7-man rotation? Listen, whatever gets it done, I do not care. If it's 7 guys that play, if it's 5, if they manage to go with 4 and 3 tight ends, I don't care. As long as the ends justify the means and it ends up with a W. Your line can only hold up and provide time to throw the ball and holes to run through. They don't throw the ball, they don't catch the ball, they don't run the ball.
Hold on. We don't need to play him if you got other guys getting wide open.
You need to hit him, and we need to get guys in situations where they're not going to get absolutely destroyed just by catching the football.
Have you seen that ball go up in the air? It goes up.
Straight up.
It doesn't go straight ahead. It goes up.
You know what it looks like? It looks like one of them model rockets, them Hobby Lobby model rockets that you shoot up in the air, that where the platform is supposed to be straight.
That's what it looks like.
Motherfucker take off, it'd be like this, and then when it gets to the top, it just kind of hangs and flutters. That's what Derek's deep balls are looking like right now.
Why do you think defenders be sitting there like it's almost like you remember how you used to play throwback tackle?
Uh-huh.
That's how that shit hang up in there.
Just baiting him to make it look like he's open because you know that ball's getting underthrown and he's gonna throw it right to you.
Bro, he throws that shit up in the air like he's throwing a damn wedding bouquet.
He throw that motherfucker up there like he trying to throw t-shirts from the court to the second level. That's what he be throwing that motherfucker up there looking like.
And I don't want anybody saying, well, he, and that's the other thing about saying that. Oh, well, he has a new offense and all that shit. That's another excuse we can throw out the fucking window. Look at what Tua did. Look what Tua did. Everybody talked all that shit about Tua. Tua came back and threw how many touchdowns on Sunday? Count it for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Come on.
How many times has Derek thrown for 6 touchdowns in his career as a pro?
Never. Never means nigga never.
Never. Has not happened. We was ready to write off Tua, call him a bum, says, this ain't Alabama. Lo and behold, they give him a little bit of speed. And Tua's out there dropping dimes.
And we got guys out here that can run. We got guys with speed. So what the fuck's the problem?
They ain't got speed like that. They ain't got speed like that. Let's keep it real. They ain't got speed like that. Not like Miami.
Miami. They got Miami niggas.
They ain't got speed like that.
Let me stop. I'm about to say something wrong. I'm about to say they got the live PD one for the cops. But look, the point is that yes, they got speed. I mean, we got speed, but come
on. Oh, this fool, where did it go? Wow.
Hold up. Fuck this shit. Hold up. How you gonna say that? So you saying that Devontae Adams ain't anybody?
He's not on par with that speed-wise, no.
I mean, but that's still what didn't we not say he's the best wide receiver in the NFL?
No, bro. You talking about 4.6 versus 4.2.
Is he a 4.6?
Yes. 4.6, 4.5 versus 4.2.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, then that's your problem.
All right. I'm about to say, all right, you being sarcastic. All right, shit.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I was like, whoa.
Said, hold on there, player. Hold on there, player.
About to have me like the bar owner off of Django when he was on the ladder when he saw Django walking. He said, whoa. Oh shit. Whoo.
Yeah. 4.52 with a 40-inch vertical. So that means that he'll bang on your ass on the court. You be looking around the little Devontae, and next thing you know, you be getting teabagged on the way to the rim.
Nuts in your face now.
Big 40 in here.
Oh shit. Oh man.
Hey, bro. No, we need the Madden All Pro team. Okay. The top 5 receivers, top tight end. Said and the Legends offensive line team. You got to put together a Hall of Fame team for the offensive line. Who cares about speed? Al Davis, Mark Davis, me, Jones. Anybody who really likes to throw the ball deep.
Just go deep, baby.
I mean, I'm just saying. Chad Powers is a piece. Hey,
Rich, damn it!
looks like he's in pretty decent shape too. You get once you get past the dad body he's rocking with the 40-year-old gut. Bruh, if you'd only known what that has done to my record, man, that was wide open, and the ball just does not get there. Always seems to get picked off by the defender in the trail position.
I mean, shit.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, like I said, what I need to say, Phil. You know, it's the same. You know, it's you know, I just gave the same speech I probably gave a couple years ago. Take what you want from it. If you want your season to go to shit, your season goes to shit. If you keep doing the same shit, well, you know,
and what
I'll be looking at that I'll be looking at the my draft board, and I know people gonna say, "Oh, come on, bro, it's too early. You're not a Raider fan. Oh, you're quitting on your team." No, I get tired of seeing the same fucking results. I do.
Said Jimmy,
and you know, it's not Jimmy a prime example. It's not fair to guys like Jimmy that get the opportunity to go to games. People that are paying about what $700 to sit up in row in the 300s, paying about $1,500 to sit over in 125 or 101. That shit ain't right. And you playing like hot shit. I mean, come on.
Out of the gate. Stinking up the joint. But we could all speak on this, but the reality is this. Phil said what he said, and I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. And I don't need to say it as passionately as he did because he got all the yelling out for me. Losing is not an option. Making excuses for losing play is not an option. Trying to justify how a losing play was the right play is not an option. There is nothing. All of the moves this team made in the offseason were all geared towards winning. The system is geared towards winning. Executing the system the way that it's supposed to be executed will garner more winning. You look at that play. You look at that play that went to Hunter. You look at you isolated a play that had Foster Moreau wide open. Everybody was talking all this crazy crap about why would you throw it to Foster? Because if you threw it to Foster, you cross the imaginary line into field goal territory for Daniel Carlson to do what Daniel Carlson has been doing for the last couple years. That is save the Raiders' ass for not being able to get in the end zone when they should be getting into the end zone and having to rely on field goals to win games. This offense is too damn good. Your receiving core is too damn good. Your offensive line's pass protection is too damn good. Your running back by committee. Hell, you haven't even really got into the running back by committee because your starter is out there looking too damn good to get off of the field. His blocking was better. His vision was better. His feet looked better. Hell, he even looks a little bit faster. All of these do not equal losing. Losing is unacceptable. If whatever you have to say, whatever excuse you make, whatever rationale, whatever logic you try to lose is used to justify losing, and you are incorrect.